21, Hu Jinqiu. Number 23, Zhang Lin. Number 27, Gao Zhang. Number 28, Xiao Jinglun. Number 30, Zhu Menjun. Number 33, Wu Jian. And number 35, Li Yuanyu. The head coach of Team China, Mr. Du Feng. The assistants are Yang Wenhai, Zhang Huaiyu, Zhang Boyu, and Bai Zhang. Ladies and gentlemen, Team China. Now, let's meet the starting roster, the full roster for your Team Canada. From Scarborough, number 2, Aaron Best. From Toronto, number 3, Melvin Ejim. From Mississauga, number 4, Brady Heslip. From Mississauga, number 5, R.J. Barrett. From Mississauga, number 8, Dillon Brooks. From Kamloops, number 9, Kelly Olynyk. From Aurora, Ontario, number 12, Andrew Nebard. From Toronto, number 14, Dwight Powell. From Toronto, number 15, Anthony Bennett. From Richmond, number 21, Tommy Scrubb. From Montreal, number 25, Chris Boucher. From Ajax, Ontario, number 41, Kaza Kajami Keene. From Mississauga, number 44, Andrew Nicholson. Team Canada is coached by Mr. Jay Triano. The assistants are Roy Rana, Nathaniel Mitchell, Dave Smart, and Scott Morrison. Ladies and gentlemen, your Team Canada. Right now, ladies and gentlemen, we'd like to direct your attention to center court as City of Victoria Councillor Chris Coleman, on behalf of the city, will officially welcome our guests to the City of Gardens. Representing Team China is Wu Jian, and from Team Canada, General Manager Rowan Barrett. Thank you, Councillor Coleman. Right now, ladies and gentlemen, would you please stand, if you're able to, remove your hats and caps as we hear the national anthems of the two countries. First, Mr. Oliver Wu is singing the anthem of the People's Republic of China.
我们的血肉筑起我们新的长城，中华民族到了最危险的时刻，每个人都被迫画出最后的后生。起来，起来，起来！我们万众一心，冒着敌人的炮火前进，冒着敌人的炮火前进，前进，前进，进！
And now, ladies and gentlemen, please remain standing and let's all join the CFAX 1070's Al Farabi in the singing of O Canada.
O Canada, our home and native land, true patriot love in all of us command. With glowing hearts we see thee rise, the true north, strong and free. From far and wide, O Canada, we stand on guard for thee. God, keep our land glorious and free. O Canada, we stand on guard for thee. O Canada, we stand on guard for thee.
And right now, the teams, in accordance with international basketball protocol, will meet at center court to shake hands.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to the Save-On Foods Memorial Center here in beautiful Victoria, British Columbia. My name is Paul Eberhardt.
Introducing the referees for tonight's game on today's broadcast,
none other than Abdi Carr from the Gangster Brown Mariners. Welcome, Abdi.
Yeah, thanks for having me on.
I'm fired up to do this game with you, man.
Yeah, another chance, maybe the first chance for us to work together and not compete.
That's true. Yeah, that's true. Yeah, we can both be cheering for the same thing today.
Yeah.
So, of course, today we have the second game of the Pacific Rim International Tournament with the People's Republic of China taking on our team, Canada. Now, Avni, what were some of your thoughts, some of your reflections from the first game on Friday night?
It was a very interesting game. I mean, China was able to make threes early, and they got a little bit cold down the stretch, but Canada just did an awesome job switching ball screens 1 through 4 and 1 through 5 often, and China didn't really look to exploit that. They were happy to just get the switch and try and lob it over top as opposed to move the ball and look for the mismatch inside on a high-low.
And, of course, we should let everybody out there know that China, having already qualified for the World Championships as the host, what they've decided to do is something a bit different for their training period right now and into next year is they have two teams. They have a red team and a blue team. We've been told they've more or less divided these teams up equally. So, obviously, when they finally come together toward the end, they're going to have a stronger squad than what we're going to see today.
Yeah, absolutely. I guess they're platooning of sorts, but they've sent half the regiment here, and I mean, it's great for the development of their guys long term as well. More guys get to play.
And in that game on Friday night, the top scorer for Team China was number 33, Quan Wu. He had 33 points. Sorry, I'm just trying to. Sorry, he had 27 points. Mm-hmm. Their big guys also, Tao Han Lin. He had 13 points. Biggest difference in that game, though, certainly statistically. And the Chinese coach, I was able to listen to the press conference after and listen to the interpretation. In a very subtle way, he wanted to make sure that he was not happy that Canada was 30 for 35 from the line and his team was 8 for 10 from line. A huge discrepancy.
Yeah, they did shoot a lot of corner threes. You can see that they shot 24 threes. A lot of those came early and often and probably took some of their guys out of rhythm towards getting to the basket.
And they also turned the ball over 19 times, actually 16 times. But one of the things we noticed was they didn't move the ball as well. They had 9 assists for the game to Canada's 19.
Yeah, they relied on an early ball screen to get their movement going, and you could tell that Canada switching it, they were relatively unfazed, so they switched a little bit to a dribble weave action, and we'll see if they'll go back to that today.
They also, very late in that game, for most of the fourth quarter, went into a zone, and you could tell Canada was very rusty against that, having only practiced twice. We might see a bit more of that tonight, try to make them more competitive.
Yeah, and Canada's quite fast and athletic. We'll see if maybe China will start with a bit of a zone pressure at full court to slow the tempo down and then settle back into a 2-3 zone.
So starting for Canada, we have Ejim, number 3. He's presently playing over in Russia right now. We have Kazakhin, number 41, who's playing in the G League for the Raptors 905, former Carleton player. Now, we also have Aaron Best. Aaron also playing in the G League, former Ryerson player. Seeing some nice Canadian local CIS content here. 44, Andrew Nicholson. He's playing over in China right now. He played at St. Bonaventure. And who am I missing?
Well, they're going with
that's right.
Dwight Powell starting at center tonight, and Tommy Scrupp, another Carleton Raven alumni.
Yeah, sorry, I got that wrong. So Kelly Olynyk not starting, not a big surprise.
Not a big surprise. Limited minutes last game. Maybe he'll get a few minutes in tonight for the fans, but I wouldn't count on it.
And, of course, all the fans wanting to see a certain Duke basketball player get out there on the floor tonight.
Yeah, R.J. Barrett, certainly impressive in the first game. He could do a little bit of it all, get to the basket. He was very good at getting to the free throw line, and you don't want that guy getting out in transition on the run. Yeah,
he was so tough at slashing and getting to the hoop. He went the free throw line more than anybody else. He went 8 for 9 from the foul line. All right, we got the tip-off here. Canada-China live over here in Victoria. Ball is won by the People's Republic. Ball reverses on the wing to who? Pump fake off a ball screen is Hu again. They go into the corner. Drive baseline from Shangao. Kicks it out. Stolen. And there's a foul now. That was close to potentially being an unsportsmanlike foul. The refs are going to talk about it here. Let's see what they decide.
Yeah, nice job by Canada on the first possession. You can tell they're comfortable switching 1 through 5, especially with Dwight Powell's mobility. China not having much success running their action to start the game.
And it looks like they're just going to call that a common foul, as Canada will inbound in the backcourt, look to get on the scoreboard first. Best inbounds it to Kazakhin. Canada running a horn set here. Find corner 3, reverse it to the top, shot fake.
Great ball movement there.
And good down the middle, little floater is no good from Keen. China will come back with Wu Quan. Going to run a ball screen here at the top, most likely. That's what we saw a lot of. No, they're going to reverse it. Down screen for Hu Mingzhuan. He's going to try a pull-up jumper. It's short. Rebounded by Kazakhin.
China running a lot of screens right now, down screens, back screens. They haven't looked to exploit the switch and try and get a slip to the basket yet. Maybe they're saving that for a little bit later.
Powell goes inside. He's fouled and count the basket.
Nice job by Dwight Powell, towing in, pivoting tough, scoring it high off the glass.
And that foul is on Hu Jingku. And Powell gets Canada on the board and has a chance for the three-point play here. He's good. Canada come with a little soft pressure as Best is picking up. Pressuring Wu Quan.
There's the slip to the basket. First basket of the game for China.
Yeah, nice inside slip there. And Canada went for the steal and gave up the layup. High post to Powell. Backdoor, nice pass. Left hand is no good. Almost the follow jam, but they get the rebound. 14 on the shot clock. Little one-handed right hook, jump hook, no good from Powell.
Yeah, we'll see if China will kind of go to a makes and misses system where they'll convert to man-to-man on misses and get into their zone defense on makes.
As they go inside, they find that switch, but Canada does a good job of switching back. Still a mismatch inside. Jump hook is no good.
Nice job by Ejim there, walling up, single coverage in the post, and he's quite comfortable guarding.
Nice kick out for the trail three. It's good as Ejim knocks down a three. Canada up 6-2 early. Ren Junfei, and we got a holding foul. That's going to be on Best. That's Team Canada's first foul.
Yeah, I feel like China's going to continue to set a lot of screens, and the game could ramp up in physicality pretty quick. Maybe a little bit of a carryover from Friday night.
And Friday's game was there. There you see, just you mentioned it, as number 21, Hu Jingqi, laid out the Canadian player. He picks up the offensive foul.
China could find themselves in foul trouble early. Third foul already. Canada could find themselves at the free throw line.
Well, and Coach Feng Du was unhappy about the foul situation last game. We'll see if it's much the same today.
Tough shot by Thomas Scrub there. Misses the floater.
And there's
short.
another foul. We've got an inside hold there on Ren Junfei.
This could be trouble for China. Canada will be a bonus for the next 7 minutes of the first quarter.
And now we got a little more physicality here as they're trying to get the end line inbound. And you got Best mixing it up a little bit there with Wu Quan.
Great seal by Powell.
Yeah, nice job to open up that lane.
Took out the middleman in the zone. The bottom guy had to follow the corner, and Ejim with the basket. You'll see it there from China. They get the front on the ball screen switch, and they look to go high-low.
Well, you know, foul. And that was, again, he was wide open on that high-low and another holding foul. I sometimes think coaches would just rather have that whistle not be called because you got the ball 2 feet away from the hoop with your big. You kind of want to let him operate.
A little bit of a soccer style, playing the advantage. You see it quite a bit in transition as well. You kind of hope for it, and you get a bump at half court that's called for a foul.
Ball's reversed to Hu Ming Zhuan. Here comes the high screen and roll. Tough baseline jumper, no good. Powell gets up big for that rebound.
Powell brings so much versatility to these guys in the lineup. Not only is he able to switch ball screens, but it's a hard switch. He's getting out on the ball, he's pressuring the ball, he's taking the ball handler away from where they want to go.
And Canada got a good open look for 3 there, but Best was unable to knock it down. China tried to cut into this lead a little bit here. Hu Ming Zhuan gives it up on the wing to Quan. Now they're going to try that inside mismatch. Up and no good. Back comes Canada in transition. Tommy Scrub reverses it. 3 balls up from Egypt. It's no good. Rebound is tipped out by Canada, but China controls it 2-on-2. They're going to pull it out and run some offense. Skip pass to the wing. High post drive from Lin. Check that from Jingqiu. Fadeaway jumper, tough shot.
Might have gotten away with the travel there, but they get the stop anyways.
All right, Ejim's going to give it to Kazakhin. Back to Ejim. Going to try another 3. Canada taking a lot of 3 balls early here, eh?
And Coach Triano had the emphasis. He wants the guys getting to the free throw line, wants the guys attacking the basket, and they haven't done that yet out of transition.
All right, we're seeing our first subs into the game for Canada. We have coming in RJ Barrett. You hear a nice little round of applause for RJ as he comes in for the first time. Also coming in, Mr. Dillon Brooks of the Memphis Grizzlies, who put a shooting clinic on Friday night.
Yeah, we'll see if he's got enough shooting touch to make China shift out of the zone or maybe chase him around the court a little bit more.
And on at least 2 of those threes, it looked like he got hit too, and he still knocked him down.
He's a very confident shooter. He's not going to hesitate to shoot it early and often.
All right, Barrett comes off the screen. Kazakhin goes to right hand. He's too hard off the backboard. Loose ball is gathered up by Powell. Baseline. Kazakhin will try again. He skips it over to Mr. Brooks, who misses his first 3.
He won't miss many. You give him an open 3 to find his rhythm. Not a great thing to do.
Yu Dihao now going inside. And no good from Tao Han Lin. We saw a lot of him in the last game. He is a banger, and he's not afraid to mix it up inside.
Dillon Brooks draws the foul call on the drive there.
All right, Brooks will head to the free throw line. First one is good. Brooks makes both free throws. Canada now at 10-2. China really needs to get a score here. They need to run a good set and get a good shot here.
A lot of opportunity here for the Canadians with Kelly Olynyk looking like he'll play limited minutes and Phil Scrub not being here today. He was here on Friday's game. More minutes for some of the other younger guys. Maybe we'll see maybe a 2-point guard rotation with Kaz and RJ Barrett more often.
There's a 3 ball up, and it's way off the mark as Powell gets yet another rebound. Canada looking to run again. I really like the way Canada's looking to get down the floor. All right, Barrett will get a touch. Powell at the elbow. Little flare screen, nobody's open. Barrett's open in the corner, but Keane missed him. He went to the hoop instead and finished with the bump.
Great drive by Brooks. Really patient, getting back to the middle of the floor. And timeout called by China.
Oh, yeah, sorry, that was Brooks. Just to let the viewers know, we're up pretty high up here. We're way up at the top of the Save-On Food Center. And, I can't necessarily say my eyes might be as good as they've been in the past.
We're both wearing glasses, so we might not be the best guys for the job, but we're the guys they're going with.
All right, we are back now. As you see some replays here, there's the nice finish that we just talked about from Brooks.
Fundamental basketball, body on, ball away, and he finds the basketball high off the glass.
Just in case some of you out there are wondering if you're finding maybe your feed is not as good as you might be expecting due to some complications here at the Save On Food Center, the game is being broadcast in SD.
Standard definition.
Standard definition, yes. So just so you're all aware of that, in case you have some issues, it is unfortunately just the feed we're having to use from here. But I'm sure our witty banter is more than making up for it. All right, 12-2. China in trouble early with just under 4 minutes to go. Dehao Yu takes a high screen, and there's a holding foul on Barrett. Oh, he's calling that an offensive foul. Oh, I don't think Coach Feng Du is going to be very happy about that call.
Good sell by Barrett, gluing onto the back of the screen. And
now there's a warning coming to the Chinese bench. It looked to me like Barrett had a big hard time hold first there, but
yeah, that's actually a nice job by Barrett. It looked like they were going to run a bit of a pick and pop out of the timeout, so he glued onto the back screen to prevent the pop.
Canada with the turnover. See if China can make up for that turnover coming out of the timeout. You got inside to the big man, Han Lin Tao. He's going to go to his right hand. No, he kicks it out. Ball reverses, and they throw it away again. I think by my count, that's about the 5th turnover at least by China so far.
Quite a few. You have to love that by Barrett, though. He turns the ball over, he sprints back to take the hoop, and then he's pointing and talking guys as coverage is in transition. Very mature for such a young player.
Well, and Canada is just so live. They're so quick on the ball, way quicker than the Chinese team. They use their length really well, too, cause all these deflections and turnovers. Speaking of length, look who's in the game now as well. We have Mr. Boucher in the game now.
Another careless turnover.
Yeah, it's quite sloppy right now. I think that's 4 in a row, actually. That's 4 straight turnovers.
I believe they had 12 turnovers all last game. They kept their turnover numbers quite low.
Okay, China's going to set at the top. Ball reverses.
Little flex action coming here.
You got it. You seen that a few times?
I have seen that a few times.
3 ball is faked. No good. Drives the hoop. Great defense by Canada right now. China just has nothing, and they've only got 4 seconds on the shot clock as Dehao Yu tries to drive. 1 second on the shot clock and a sideline inbounds here.
Nice job by Brooks. Sells it. He's going to go to the ball. A little stunt and recover back to the corner. They don't want to give up that corner.
I think
three.
China's going to try to run a little zipper screen here at the top. Nothing's doing. Oh, that's a good flare screen. Did he get it off in time? He did. And it certainly looked like his arm was hit to me. I don't know.
It looked like it from up here. Nice little action there.
And the referee indicating to Coach Feng Du that it was tipped, but I sure thought he hit his arm. China not getting any breaks early.
Young Andrew Nembhard checking into the game, fresh off playing for the U18 Canada team as well.
Which got silver medal, I believe.
They lost, yeah.
That U.S. team was a powerhouse, man.
They were very good.
3 ball is up from who else? Dillon Brooks.
He won't miss many, and he's picking up right where he left off. Oh,
there's the flex screen wide open, but look who got a piece of that. I think Boucher might have got a little bit of a finger on that because that was a wide open layup that Ren Junfei blew, and they're still only at 1 bucket.
Bit of a miscommunication there on the back screen coverage, and fortunate not to give up a layup.
All right, Brooks is going to launch another 3. Why not? It's off the back rim. Ball goes out of bounds. China ball. They're down 15-2 with just over 2 minutes to go here in this first quarter here in Victoria.
You have to love that confidence from Dillon Brooks, but if you're Coach Triano being in the bonus and you have been for 5 minutes already and 2 more minutes remaining, you want to get to the free throw line.
All right, China's looking for the post up. Number 0, Xian Gao, and there's a foul on the perimeter.
That was the most successful set for China last game. Little dribble weave into a mid-third ball screen, and they haven't gone to it very often, but it was very effective for them last game.
With that foul, the shot clock will reset to 14. Yinglun Xiao drives baseline. He's going to try to reverse it, kicks it back out. 5 on the shot clock, and China finally gets the second basket as Yanyu Li. And they fall right back into their zone. Barrett is well short on his 3. And China now looking for a little transition. There's an open corner 3, but they pass up on it. And they're going to decide to run some offense again as Xiyan Gao has the ball. High screen and roll coming with Yanyu Li. And there's another turnover off a bad pass.
Canada is really doing a really nice job moving the ball against the zone, but their top guys in the zone aren't making the top of the zone guard them. They're swinging it around, and the guys are hovering around the free throw line, and they're not having to come out and engage the bottom row of the defense. Better job there again.
Yeah, well, it was Brooks, so they kind of had no choice.
Nice snap back
Corner
to
3.
Barrett.
There you go. That looked like a much smoother delivery by Barrett there. He really stepped into that shot nicely.
Yeah, he's been working hard on his jumper. You know, it's tough when you're in high school and you can get to the rim at will, but he's been preparing for his freshman year upcoming at Duke and training with Drew Hanlon as well.
Tried that flex cut again. That time was tipped out of bounds by Nebhard.
And Canada's jumping hard to the ball there. We'll see if they'll maybe fake the flex cut and skip it back to the corner.
As Jingyu Li subs in for the People's Republic. Again, very physical in this end line out of bounds. Lots of pushing and shoving going on. And now everyone's getting really upset. And guess who just picked up another technical? Mr. Anthony Bennett. Mr. Anthony Bennett for sure picked up another one. They're separating both teams. Good job by the officials to separate them. This time, by the way, head coach Feng Du did not come on the floor and threaten Anthony Bennett as he did last game.
Yeah, we don't want to get into a boxing showdown here.
All right, so the refs are going to try to sort this out. We'll see if we can get a replay of this. You see there they are. They're getting tangled up. There's just a little push. Nothing big yet. Now in comes number 0 with a hard push. Boucher pushes back, and then Bennett pushed. So there's going to be at least, I think, 3 technicals on this would be my guess. Right? 18 for China, probably Barrett and Bennett. That's my guess. What do you think?
Yeah, I'd have to agree. Bennett came in, and they were all bunched up, and he blew up that stack with one quick shove.
Well, I mean, as we saw on Friday, there was definitely some hard feelings. It was fairly late, I think it was beginning of the 4th or late in the 3rd, when Bennett was frustrated by getting held and grabbed and just laid out a Chinese player. Coach Feng Du, a 7-footer himself, came out on the floor, which a coach can do, but only if they're going to try to make things sort of
calm things down.
Yes, and he came out and went after him. Referees gave him a technical, but then after, for sure, I saw
I'm sure they've told the coaches to talk to their guys to clean it up, but there's only so much you can do. The players got to play it. They have to take ownership.
And let's be honest. I mean, Bennett is going to be a target right now because China was very unhappy with
a very good player coming in with Andrew Nembhard. He smart and savvy off the ball screen, can really shoot the ball as well.
Coming out of the basketball factory that is Montverde Academy. There's another high screen.
A soft switch there by Bennett, and he gets exploited on the pull-up.
Xiyun Gao can't hit. Rebound by Bennett. And that's going to do it for the quarter. That shot won't count. And after 1 quarter of play, a dominant defensive effort from Team Canada, keeping the People's Republic of China to 4 points.
And the only 2 field goals they give up, 2 tough contested 2s. You can live with that if you're Canada.
So if you're Team China right now, is there anything positive you can take out of that quarter?
You drew a lot of whistles. Maybe if the chippy game is what you're looking for with half your unit, but you know, they're going to need to make stops. They haven't done a great job defensive rebounding the ball, and I think that's hurt them a little bit. They've given up wide open 3s and long rebound 3s. So if they can clean that up and maybe get a bit of a running game going the other way, might be able to find something easy in transition.
I mean, I think their zone has been reasonably effective in terms of it is forcing Canada to take lots of long shots. Mm-hmm. But like you said, it's pointless if you don't chase those long rebounds down.
Yeah, and we'll see if they'll adjust their coverages a bit. Then, you know, maybe Dwight Powell getting a high post catch and see if he can make a play from there off the bounce as opposed to just letting him sit there and be a facilitator looking for kick-out 3s.
Now, what can they do offensively? I mean, we've seen some different action out of them. They've tried some flex. They've tried some ball screens. Nothing is working. Do they just not have enough talent to score, or is there things they can do that at least will open it up a little bit for them?
I'd like to see them go with the 1-5 ball screen early and see if they can get the switch and eventually flash somebody to the nail looking for a high-low or maybe a catch and rip from the nail. They're having such a hard time driving off the wing when Canada's loaded to the ball and everyone's sitting on the midline.
Well, and it's true, too, when they've been trying to look for that switch, they've just been looking to go directly in from the guard. They've almost never flashed that high post.
Yeah, and often that ball screen is taking them towards the sideline, so when they're looking to lob the ball in, there's 3 guys on the backside competing for the lob. I'd like to see them maybe set it towards the middle and then advance the ball or snap it back to the corner, and maybe they'll get a wide open corner 3 or a nice post up.
Well, and Canada does a very good job defensively in the rotations, too. And when those guards are switching on the bigs, it's not an easy entry pass. They play them pretty tough.
It's really tough, and when you have athletes on the backside, and you can feel a little bit more empowered to gamble per se or be more aggressive on your closeouts, knowing that you've got guys like Chris Boucher and Dwight Powell on the backside to help you.
So we're hoping to get some stats sent up to us way here in the rafters. We haven't yet, but if we do get them, we will update you as they come in. There's a drive down the middle as Boucher does a jump stop. He's blocked from behind. Nice block there from Yan Yu Lee. Dehao Yu with the ball. There's a little screen at the top for their best shooter, and he gets blocked by Mr. Boucher yet again. They're going to get up a 3 after the block, and they knock it down. So a good break there for China. It's a great block from Boucher, but China hustled for the rebound and hit the 3, and right like that in transition, Barrett gets fouled and does what he did in the last game, gets the line right away.
Yeah, they don't communicate their coverages on a made 3. Unacceptable. They don't get back, load to the ball, and Barrett, the one guy you don't want getting to the rim.
And that foul was committed by Jinqi Hu. Barrett going to take his second free throw here after making the first. And it's good, 24-7 at the start of the second quarter here for Team Canada. Again, continuing with the soft pressure as Brady Heslip picks up full court. Ball goes in the wing to 33.
That's exactly where you want the ball. Get it to the nail, see if you can get to the free throw line.
China finally gets a free throw. Good hard work there inside by Yuan Yu Lee. And he'll get 2.
Yeah, let's see if they keep going back to that. I mean, they had a relatively easy nail catch there and a single coverage in the post. You have to live with that.
And that's a second foul on Boucher. He's going to have to watch himself for the next little bit. You don't want to pick up that third in the second quarter, or you'll be coming out.
Having this spread right now for Canada is great. You can experiment, try some different things, maybe run some new sets in prepping for the Dominican Republic next week, which will be a big game for them.
Well, yeah, that's huge because Dominican's top of the pool right now.
Currently, yeah.
Yeah. China staying in their zone. Barrett drives right to the rack anyway. Tough left hand, almost hits it. Rebound is tipped out by China. They get control. Yu with the ball at the top.
Oh, no. They got their screen, then they switched back.
Well, got away with a little travel there, did Jinqi Hu. Ball's going to go out of bounds back to China with 6 seconds left on the shot clock.
China seeming a little bit more organized. We'll see if they can buy some stops.
Tough 3 from the corner is off the back rim. China with a rare offensive rebound, and they're going to bring it back out and reset. 10 seconds on the shot clock. There's the high screen roll, wide open. And there it is. Boucher picks up his third. Really good job there. Really good job by Wu to get that body, force that body contact.
Yeah, tough action to guard. They get a middle third ball screen, and Boucher doesn't step up, and you let him get a free run at you downhill to the basket. Tough guy to stop.
And Boucher's got to be a little bit smarter in that situation too. He just picked up his second. And he needs to create a little space if he's going to try to block that shot.
Yeah, you can see Kelly Olynyk telling him there, just get your hands up, try and force a floater. Gets a friendly bounce off the rim, and they've hit double digits.
Well, China actually outscoring Canada 7-2, right?
Wow. Well,
7-2, 22-4. Yeah, that's pretty good. Now 7-2. Best Tigers.
Wow.
Big franchise in the Philippines, by the way.
That's a great name.
Again, looking to post up Yuan Yu Lee inside, but they can't get it to him. There's a kick ball by Canada. That'll be 14 seconds on the shot clock for China, as they have a sideline inbounds. There's a down screen for Hugh.
Flex action off the inbounds, do a stagger screen.
Wu reverses the ball at the top. Corner shooter wide open off that down screen is number 7, Jing Yu Lee. And China slowly creeping back into this game a little bit. 10-5 run in this second quarter. Heslip at the top.
Canada can't afford to have any lazy switches, especially against shooters.
Powell drives, takes an off-balance tough shot, doesn't go. Good rebound there from Lee. And there's a bad turnover there as Gao tried to force the tempo. And Canada gives it right back on a mistake there from Nebhard. All right, they're going to go inside, look for a guard post up here with Jing Yu Lee against Heslip. That's a tough fadeaway. Not really a very good shot, not what China was looking for, I think. 5-on-4 for Canada. Powell gets stripped, and another turnover. China now with a 2-on-1, and they convert. I wonder if Coach Schran is going to take a time. Yeah, he's taking one here. He's not happy, as what was a bit of a laugher in the first quarter has gotten much more interesting after we had some physicality, some unsportsmanlikes, and China's playing better.
Yeah, you have to work towards being better there in transition. They passed the ball to Dwight Powell trailing towards the basket. They could have waited it out a little bit longer for him to get to the rim, or maybe free somebody else up for a three.
Yeah, you don't really want to give a big man the ball there where he's got to make a decision and put it on the floor. Well, we have 27-16 here in the third quarter at the Save on Foods Memorial Center. Got a nice little crowd here tonight for this game. I can't remember the last time national team might have been out in Victoria. You have any idea?
I think it's been quite some time.
Yeah, I was trying to think of that earlier, and like I said, I think it was back in about 2002, 2003 when Team Canada played Japan. And that was back when, of course, Island legend and, well, just coaching legend Ken Shields was actually helping coach the Japanese team.
Right,
and that was the last time I remember any game out here. There might have been something since then, but when after Jay was released the first time and Leo took over the team, they didn't make many appearances out here in the West at all. Yeah,
the West Coast is starting to become more prominent. The Women's National Training Center used to be at University of the Fraser Valley, and now they're at University of Alberta.
And of course, the women have some big games coming up as well in Edmonton.
Yep, in the Edmonton Grads Classic. There are 3 games coming up in about a week and a half here.
Of course, Canada, this is their preparation for their games coming up as they're attempting to qualify for the Worlds. They'll head back to Ontario for training camp on June 26th and 27th. They'll play the Dominican Republic on the June 29th and the Virgin Islands on July 2nd. As there's a wide open 3 out of the timeout. No one even guarded Nebhard there. It was almost like they were daring him to shoot it, and he knocked it down on him.
Yeah, I think they were looking to hug Heslip and not give Dwight Powell an easy catch, and they paid the price for it. That's what they need
now
right
that
there.
Should be a blocking foul. Yeah, good call. Good call. He was. Now this cylinder to me looks too big. That doesn't look like the FIBA. I don't know if it is or it isn't. That looks like the NBA cylinder to me. What do you think? The FIBA one's smaller. So, I mean, it's the only one on the floor. I'd like to think they got it right.
I think it depends which team you're coaching.
Fair enough. Fair enough. But he was definitely inside there. Contact was made that affected the shooter. So Lee gets 2 free throws, making the first one.
Yeah, China chipping away, and Coach Triano sticking with the bench mob right now. He hasn't gone back with their starting lineup. Those guys haven't played in about 10 minutes now.
All right, 30-18 with just 5.5 minutes to go, as Nebhart will set the offense. Powell reverses it to Barrett. They're not even guarding Barrett. They're just giving him a shot. Perhaps this is their strategy at this point. Pack it back and make him hit. Except for Heslop, of course. All right, Lee trying to back his way down to the rim. He kicks it back out, almost turned over, but China keeps it. Wu goes back inside to Lee. He spins, and they're going to call an offensive foul on that. And that's, okay, so here's what just happened there, right? So they called a offensive foul. China coach was not happy about it. I think it was actually the right call. Some of the bench stood up. 3 or 4 of the assistant coaches stood up, and so actually that technical was on the assistant coaches. They had been warned before. Again, I personally, just look the other way and get on with it. I don't think you should be staring at the bench, but they did get up, and they had been warned, so that'll be one free throw for Heslop, and Canada will get the ball back.
Yeah, China doing a nice job. They're getting the post-ups they want, but everyone else on the backside stagnant right now. They're just standing still, and Canada's able to plug up the gaps. They need to start screening away or sending some back cutters to the basket, freeing up space for their shooters and some movement. Barrett getting the Rajon Rondo treatment. They're going to stand at the free throw line when he catches the ball at the 3.
Tough floater by Barrett, air ball, and there was a lot of physicality going on there, and that's going to go against China again, and Coach Feng Du is incensed. But that's going to be a loose ball foul on the rebound.
Same stack play there. Powell seals out the middleman, and Nicholson gets an easy floater, couldn't convert.
Yeah, Canada a little stagnant right now at both ends of the floor. Pull-up jumper, that was a long, no, that was a 3, but it was no good from Wu. Ball goes out of bounds, off China, Canada ball.
It can be hard with so many whistles going on, so many altercations, and then China sitting back in a bit of a matchup or modified zone on the other end. It can be tough to generate an offensive flow and affecting your defensive transition going the other way if the ball's not going in the basket.
Well, it's a real interesting little zone because, like you said, they're making sure that Heslop's not open, but they're not having one guy follow him, and they're just saying to the other players, you guys do something. And Canada looks a little bit lost, actually. As you saw, Powell tried to go one-on-one there and got stripped.
I'd be interested to see how they would match up if they ran Barrett to the short corner. Using his length and his exceptional passing.
And there you see it again. Nobody was within 20 feet of Nebhart there, and he drills another 3.
He is a young guy, and maybe they're taking their chances on that, but he's proven he can knock that thing in.
There's a flex screen again inside, and the ball's tipped. He was open, but again, sloppy pass from Ren.
Great
turned
throw
over.
ahead.
Oh, yes. That is a beautiful play. And that has got the fans on their feet there.
The 2 youngest guys on the floor connecting for a coast-to-coast. And one dunk.
Let's watch this on the replay. What a lob. Goes up strong with the left hand, and he's got the chance to extend this almost to a 20-point lead again. All that work by China to try to chip away, all for naught now, as Canada's up 37-18.
In games like these where you're struggling to have some flow, not getting back in defensive transition could be the death of you. Weave set here from China.
Smart play there by Wu as he felt the contact and immediately threw the ball to the hoop to make sure he got the, but they're not giving him foul shots. How could that not be a shooting foul?
I think they called it on his gather, his bump, 1-2.
Yeah, I guess they did, so that they're going to go to the baseline. And again, sorry fans, we don't have any stats available to us at this time. We'll certainly get them at halftime, although I tell you one thing, I ain't going down. Oh no, there's an elevator.
There's an elevator, yeah.
Okay, I'm good. As long as there's an elevator. I'll grab a hot dog on the way. Okay, ball is inbounded to Yu. Canada overplays the reverse pass, goes back to Yu. He's going to drive, finds a corner 3. Nice pass to Gao. And Gao connects. And Nebhart's going to try it again. You know what was interesting about that, though, is he took a pull-up three. If he just made one pass and got it back, he could have taken all day to shoot it because they're not guarding him.
Yeah, I guess he's feeling it. Normally when guys have hit a couple, they'll shoot the three and transition off the bounce.
Which is fair enough, but let's be honest, Av, come on. I think either me or you could have made that last one. Nobody within 20 feet of you? I think so.
I'm not sure if there's a bet on that one, but...
as long as I didn't have to run up and down the floor, I could have made that, I'm telling you.
Set shot specialist. Designated shooter. There's the guy you don't want to leave open.
Heslip off the dribble, no good. Nice rebound there and good follow. As we've seen all game, Powell has been all over the boards at both ends of the floor. China reverses the ball to top to Gao. Now they're trying to go inside, but nothing there. They're going to run a high screen and roll. They got a mismatch with Heslip guarding the big inside, but they don't go to it. Lee drives, takes a really tough shot at the shot clock buzzer, and Canada's got a 2-on-1 here.
RJ Barrett showed that last summer. He can get out in transition and he can find a way to get to the basket.
Yeah, and he's going to get the line again. Although I think in that situation the defense had committed to him. I'd like to see right here, boom. I'd like to have seen him pass that.
Throw it up, maybe even throw it up at the rim for Andrew Nicholson. There was a guy trailing and the player there. You don't want to get that knocked away.
Yeah, for sure. But Barrett will get 2 more free throws.
You notice it with Barrett, much more simplified shot mechanics. Gets the ball high to his shoulder, just a one-motion shot. He had a lot of moving parts in his shot about a year ago.
Yeah, he's definitely been working hard on it. You can just see it in his release, looking like a much, much better shot now.
Dribble weave here again by China.
Gao's going to give it. There's a high screen and roll. Nothing there. They reverse it. Shot fake. They're getting deep into the shot clock again.
Dwight Powell is using his length to his advantage, plugging up the works.
Trying to beat him, he can't. 2 on the shot clock. Tough fadeaway. And a bit of luck there for China, but they'll take it as Tao Han Lin hits the fadeaway banker. And there he is again, wide open, not being guarded. This time he had his feet set.
I wonder if he switched numbers and maybe on China's scout they say, hey, 12, we're not guarding him.
I don't know.
That's the wrong guy to leave open.
There's that driving kick again, but they take it to the rim instead. No finish there from Gao. Rebound by Barrett. Goes between his legs, gives it to Brooks. Brooks wanted to shoot, shot fake. Passes it to Barrett. RJ for 3, count it.
Nothing but net. The free throws helping him get in rhythm.
Yeah, and a great created that shot by Brooks is on the nice drive and kick there.
Now China doubled up on the scoreboard. They're going to have a tough time getting back into this one.
Okay, Gao is looking to go inside. Well defended.
There needs to be some movement. Nice back cut there by 27.
And another missed layup from China as Brooks is going to take it to the hoop himself. A little bit of a circus shot, no good. China will push it right back. Inside, now we got a corner 3, no good. Rebound by Barrett.
See if they'll go for a quick one here. No, they're going to hold for one shot and wind the clock right down.
It looks like we got about a 8-second difference. I'm pretty sure Canada will be able to get a wide open 3 if they want it. Although I don't think Powell wants to take it.
I'd like to see them maybe back cut Brooks here. Well, there we have it, running through the zone, and things get
very physical inside there. Yeah, very physical. And there's another 3. That's 4 now for him. And now there's a foul by Brooks. That was a little bit of a retaliation, I think, because of the physical play we saw on the baseline down there.
He's not a fan of that.
And you see Brooks having a chat with the referee about it too.
Not the ideal way that you want to end a half. You know, they didn't have a foul to give, and now they're putting him on the free throw line for 2.
Yeah, that was definitely just a, you got me, I'm going to get you foul.
Brooks coming off a very successful freshman year with the Memphis Grizzlies and her rookie year. And Yeah, well, it'd be interesting to see what kind of strides he can make in his game going into his second year.
Well, China with a chance to, at least offensively, much improved second quarter as they put up 21 points. They gave up 25, so it's certainly a more competitive second quarter. But still a long ways to go. You see Coach Strano actually chatting with Brooks right now, probably talking to him exactly about that last little play that happened there. Oh, no, he's actually talking to Nebhard. Never mind.
Nebhard, yeah.
What's he going to tell him? Take more open threes and knock him down?
Shoot more threes, or maybe at this spread he's saying, hey, maybe try and work on a different facet of your game.
All right, well, here you have it at halftime. Canada with a big lead, as expected, over the People's Republic of China, 49-25. This is Paul Eberhard and Avni Brar live here at the Save on Foods Memorial Center. We're going to take a little bit of break. We'll try to get you some stats for the second half.
All right, ladies, we're going to make another 30 seconds in this game. 30 seconds, please. Let's get behind them this last half minute, everybody. We're seeing some nice basketball. And time for one more rush here. Oh, what a great way to finish that off. All right, thank you very much. Let's give it up for these lovely basketball players from Flight Basketball Under 11 Girls Team. Thank you. Once again, Flight Basketball Under 11 Girls. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the floor, Team Canada.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, we are back. Jingyu Lee with 5, and Daehao Yu with 5. Yuan Yu Lee with 6. And for Canada, Andrew Nebhard with 5 threes, 5 for 6 from the three-point line with 15 points.
8 from the stripe, with Canada being 10 for 12 from the stripe.
Yeah, after a bit of a tough start, things did even out a bit better for them in that second quarter. So, I mean, obviously, very little chance that China can come back here. But what can they do to maybe cut this lead? You know, usually if you're down 20 or 25, you want to talk to your team about, you know, maybe getting it down to 13 or 14. What kinds of things they need to do to...
It was set up by Ejim, setting a really nice screen, creating a closeout, and Kazakine able to find Dwight Powell diving to the rim.
First foul of the half is going to go against Powell. It's his first personal. Ming Zhuan will inbound the ball. Wu gives it back to him. Drive middle, goes back the right hand, and a nice finish there from Hu Ming Zhuan.
Drives their closeout, finishes under control off 2 feet, and now they're able to set back up in their zone.
All right, Scrub's got the ball in the wing. He's going to come off the screen from Ejim.
That will drive coaches nuts. Don't let a right-handed or left-handed player get to the middle of the floor to their dominant hand.
All right, the ball is reversed to Lee. Back to Ming Zhuan. Nice little seal inside. Goes to the left hand after showing the right, but misses the jump hook, does Lee. Canada with the rebound. Kazakine with the ball. He's going to get to the rack. Find open 3 is no good from Ejim. China rebounds. And Powell with sort of the professional type foul there. Nice. Realizing he was beat and it was going to be a layup, just gives a little push to the hip, forced him out of bounds, takes that second foul on purpose.
Yeah, nice little hesitation there. A chop and stop, got the defense to move and open up some space on the baseline.
All right, now these end line inbounds, especially into these lines, this is when we've had some of the rough stuff. Let's see what happens in this one.
There may have been some in VIU and Langara games in the past.
Not Langara, we're too soft for that.
Running a little tight squeeze action.
And another mishandle. It's going to be a turnover by China as they go over and back on the inbound. Canada ball in the front court as Tommy Scrub will inbound. Good defending there by Hu. Scrub kicks it to Kazakine. Corner 3 is up from Best, and it's good. Same spot he hit the last one from.
I like what Ejim's doing, trying to seal out the middleman in the 2-3 zone, but with the ball screen on the wing, he may have went just a little bit early, trying to open up Powell rolling to the basket.
They got to miss. They got to open post player inside, and that's going to be another foul. Powell is picked, they did call it on Powell. He's picked up 3 fouls in about 3 minutes here.
You know, any coach will tell you and any official will tell you, anytime the ball's entered in the post, if you're not moving your feet to get around or take away the baseline and you're trying to poke from over top or from beneath the armpit, you're going to get called for a foul.
Most of the time, yeah, you're right. Tao turns it over. Does Ren Junfei. Kazakine gets the ball deflected, but Powell gets it back. Got Best in the corner again, but he's going to try his luck at a 3. It goes in and out. Ball goes inside to Tao Han Lin, and that's 4 fouls. And that was not a smart one. I mean, that's a straight forearm shiv. Mm-hmm. Ref doesn't have much of a choice but to call that one.
China did such a good job with getting some ball movement, some elbow catches, some short corner catches, and now they've just gone simple to the dribble push to the low post entry.
And again, with the deep bench and with the lead, it doesn't look like Toronto's too concerned about taking him out.
Mm-hmm. good practice for next week. He could be in the situation where he's in the game in a late, a different foul situation, and he has to play. Canada doesn't jump to the ball on the flex screen again, and they give up the 2.
Yeah, right off the inbound. Nice little end line set there by Team China.
Especially with the player coming off of it, just jump to the ball and force them to skip it back against your athletes and see if you'll make a tough 3.
Looks like China's extending the zone a bit more, trying not to give up the open 3, but Kazakhin finds himself with one and he knocks it down.
Nice ball movement by Canada. In and out, high post catch, kick out for a wide open 3.
And at this point, we can say that Canada has attempted more 3s than 2s in this game. Oh, there's a flex screen again. Ball's passed poorly, though, from Chang. And Powell with a big dunk running the floor. And once again there you see the confusion in the Chinese team in their defensive transition.
You're so tough to guard in offensive transition if you don't have to wait to outlet the ball. If you can grab and go, you're on a roll.
Pull-up jumper is good from Gao Shiyan.
No one guarding Ejim.
And they're going to count that basket. Again, you see Powell making, as soon as the pass went down, he dived from the high post. The Chinese zone didn't move in time, and he's going to get an and 1.
Yeah, nice job timing his cut. Doesn't go too early, chops his steps around the free throw line, and when his teammate catches the ball, he's diving straight to the front of the rim. We'll have Bennett getting ready to check in, and we'll see if things will get a little bit chippy again.
Uh-oh.
Seems as if they've played those 2 exclusively at the 5. They haven't gone with Boucher much at the 5. More of a 4, perhaps due to his shooting ability.
All right, Powell will try to complete the 3-point play here. And he does. Canada now doubled China as they're up 67-33. And it looks like Tao Han Lin and Bennett will be guarding each other, both big physical guys.
Oh, maybe a little bit of a push off there.
Kazakhin doing a good job not getting caught on that screen.
Tommy Scrub leading the break again. You see Bennett sprinting hard to the front of the rim.
Little floater from RJ.
Ejim. That was Ejim.
Oh, sorry. Thank you. All right, ball's at the top. Lee looking to go inside to Tao Han Lin. He's got single coverage. See what he can do with it. Little turnaround fadeaway is good.
Little Tim Duncan, right shoulder, get your arm high, pop it over top.
All right, Kazakhin's going to give it to a wide open Tommy Scrub, who's going to launch it, no good. And there's an offensive foul on a moving screen there by Lee Jingyu.
RJ Barrett checking into the game for Tommy Scrub there.
Tommy and brother Phil, of course, Richmond legends. As a matter of fact, back in the day when I used to teach at McNair, I used to run the Vancouver Nike basketball camp.
Oh, yeah.
Both Scrub brothers came when I think they were like 10 or 11 years old.
Yeah, when I was coaching at Dover Bay Secondary, we played against the Vancouver College Irish, and we beat them on a buzzer beater, sideline inbound buzzer beater.
Turnover by Barrett, 2-on-1 for China. Nice job passing back and forth there. Perfect execution of the 2-on-1, taking advantage of the turnover. Soft little touch from the foul line, but it comes way short for Nicholson.
China making an effort to get out and run, but Canada doing a nice job getting back in transition.
Wu comes off the screen. Wide open drive down the middle. Good finish with the left hand by Lee Jingyu.
Yeah, not sure if that was a miscommunication. Nicholson showed out on the ball screen, and Barrett went to recover back to his, and they gave up a middle drive going left.
Kazakhin, see if he's still got the hot hand. He misses it. Good box out there from the big man for China. Tao Han Lin.
China slows it down, seeing some action they like. Their figure 8 action here.
Well, Wu Quan, number 33, was their big scorer in Friday's game. He's been very quiet tonight. That's a tough fadeaway jumper at the shot clock sounds. Well defended there by Bennett. Barrett brings it down the floor. He's going to throw it, a little bit of a sloppy pass there, but Kazakhin chases it down. Barrett for 3.
Nice stroke.
Yeah, stepped into it, nice follow through. And Canada really having a field day from the 3-point line.
You know, many would say RJ's the consensus #1 pick if he decides to declare in the NBA draft, and China with the 3 back the other way.
Yeah, finally, China answering right back by Quan Wu. Another 3 ball from the other side is no good. And China actually has a leak out here. Could they get a rare fast break hoop? There's a foul, and that's going to count. Yep. And you see there that that quick 3 costing Canada that time as they were not able to transition back. And Coach Triano is going to take a timeout here.
Yeah, good timeout there for Coach Triano. I'm sure he's telling the guys to stay the course, not play the score, and keep competing.
Well, and the thing is, too, when you're playing against a zone that, you know, gives you open shots, you don't really want guys taking the quick 3 because if it's going to be there in the first 3 or 4 seconds, it'll be there in the next 10 seconds. Move the ball a little bit, make the defense shift, and you know, wait for it in that situation. Yeah,
even making them shift just to maybe manipulate their rebounding coverages. If you can pull maybe a forward-out situation and now their 5-man is the one contesting the corner 3, then you know you're going to have a chance to fly in on the backside for a rebound with maybe your 4-man running at their point guard or shooting guard and have some success rebounding the ball. You see one of my players, a Brar basketball athlete on the big screen, Ethan Visscher, his mother cheering away.
With the Sing Tao clappers, the Sing Tao Thundersticks.
Yeah, very creative.
Sing Tao, of course, one of the sponsors of this Pacific Rim Basketball Classic.
A broken wrist and a chance at the big screen.
Fans having a lot of fun here. Again, the game isn't that close, but it's been a fun game to watch. We've seen lots of great plays from Team Canada, some great 3-point shooting especially. And after, you know, I mean, it was, what, 22-4. After the first quarter, China's, you know, been reasonably competitive. All right, the 3-point play is good. 72-45 for Canada.
Now they're extending their pressure a little bit in their zone.
Keane misses from the top. Good hustle by Bennett, but he steps out of bounds. I'm actually having trouble remembering the last successful 2-point shot attempt. It's either been a 3 or, for the most part, it's been a free throw.
For Canada?
Yeah. I remember the dunk by Powell, but there hasn't been a lot of other 2-pointers.
There was a floater made by Ejim. That's the last one that I remember.
That's right, yes.
But yes, after that, it was Tommy Scrub to Dwight Powell for a dunk.
Speaking of 3-point shooting, let's throw another one in there as Dillon Brooks will sub in for Best.
Yeah, and perhaps a good chance for Canada to maybe experiment a little bit with their lineup synergy and see what they really like and what they may not like or need to tweak.
Gonna redo the inbounds.
Granted, tough to get a feel without, you know, big shooting big man Kelly Olynyk not playing in this game.
Yeah, exactly. That's true.
As well as
I mean, they're missing some other. Yeah, and Corey Joseph's not here as well. You know, they're going to have the coaching staff's going to have a lot of work to do in their 2-day training camp to get ready for the Dominican.
And we'll see if Tristan Thompson is available for that as well.
All right, we got a blocking foul as China is full court pressing here. That foul was on Gao Xiyan. Brooks with the ball now.
See if they'll go for 2 for 1 here.
And they're going to do it. Barrett's going to step out and shoot a 3. Rebounded by Tao Hanlin.
China had the chance to play equally as fast for a 2 for 1 of their own, but opted not to.
It's just a little out of their comfort zone, I think. 10 seconds on the shot clock. That's a tough step back 3, and it's good as Lee Jingyu hits a tough step back 3. All right, Brooks looks like he's going to go one-on-one here. He drives, and that's going to go as Brooks ends up in the third row of the baseline seats there.
You know, we talked about it at halftime. What could China get out of this? And if they'd made a stop there, they had a chance to win the third quarter in point spread, and they've blown that now.
Dillon Brooks makes a 3-point play. China's got 7 seconds to get a shot off here. Oh, and there's a big wipeout at center. Step back 3, no good. Looks like Tao Hanlin might have hurt his wrist. He's lying on the floor holding his wrist. I think he fell hard on it.
He's got it taped up already as well, his right wrist there.
As players from both teams help him up off the floor. Well, 75-47, Team Canada. Here we are at the Save-On Foods Center in Victoria for this second of 2 exhibition games. Remember, Team Canada will be continuing their quest to qualify for the Worlds. They're heading back to Toronto for training camp on June 26th and 27th. On the 29th, they'll play the top team in the pool, the Dominican Republic, who are 4-0. Canada's 3-1. That will be at the Ricoh Coliseum in Toronto. And then on July 2nd, Canada will play the U.S. Virgin Islands, and that is the arena at TD Place. That is in Ottawa. Those are both 2019 America's qualifiers. Obviously, the Dominican will be the tough game. Virgin Islands you don't expect to be tough unless maybe Tim Duncan has an appearance, but I guess he's already played for the U.S., so I guess he'd have to get an exemption to play again.
Yeah, what great basketball for Canada. You know, there's so much great basketball you can watch across the country, and depending on where you're living, you don't even have to travel that far. Well,
and especially with all the great coverage, you know, Sports Canada TV is by far the best, does the best coverage for amateur sport, of all amateur sport, all across the country. We're so happy to be working with them tonight. And as you know, once these qualifiers are done and next year starts up, we got a whole bunch of U Sports basketball to watch, a whole bunch of CCAA basketball to watch, and of course, great high school basketball too. Basketball is exploding across this country, all across this country, and one of the reasons is the success and the youth that we're seeing on these national teams doing so well in international competition.
You know, often you say freshmen that go to college may not play a lot, and here you have 2 freshmen checking in, and they're starting for the senior national team, or starting this quarter for the senior national team. Yeah,
and one of them likely to be the first-round NBA draft pick, another one for Canada.
And likely the first overall pick if he chooses to declare.
If he chooses?
Oh, I'm not going to make decisions for him.
Okay.
Oh.
Well, that's not a bad way to start the half.
Nice little.
We haven't seen much.
Yeah, Andrew Nicholson with the big dunk. Nice stack action by Canada there. Seal out the middle guy in the zone, and Nicholson wide open.
And it looks like Wu Quan is getting a little bit hot here as he hits another 3 from the corner. That's what he did yesterday too, or Friday, sorry. Rebound by Schwan.
See if he'll pull up in transition here and let the guys trail in. That he will.
Yeah, he had the separation there and he knocks it down. Well, just like he did in the second half on Friday, Wu Quan is feeling it. Back-to-back triples.
There's the guy they don't want to leave open.
Well, they're certainly gapping Barrett, and he's going to say no more of that. And he's just going to say, you gap me, I'm going to make you pay.
with playing Division I basketball next year, he's going to get to shoot the shorter college three as well.
That's correct, yeah, absolutely.
Compared to the FIBA three or the Canadian college three.
And that's an offensive foul there by Tao Han Lin as he brought his elbows up on that screen. Brooks not happy about it. The officials saw it and took care of it. Tao Han Lin is claiming that there was a bit of a acting job there by Brooks.
See if Canada will maybe get back to running their stack action here, maybe a high ball screen to get going.
All right, Nebhard will bring the ball up the floor. Give it to RJ. Nice high-low pass there. Unfortunately, Nicholson got stripped, but the refs are going to say he got hacked.
And you can see the Team China assistant coach is telling everyone to sit down and not be demonstrative.
Yeah, they don't want to pick up another one. And subbing into the game will be number 3, Hu Mingjuan. End line inbound here for Canada.
Same stack action, trying to get Bennett down the lane. He went the wrong way.
And there's a turnover from Nedhart. Oh, he hustles to get it back. 5 on the shot clock. And there's another dunk as Barrett finds Nicholson inside and he hammers it home again. Baseline drive. Baseline drift is there, but it's not a 3. It's a long 2. It's no good. Brooks gets stripped of the ball, and then he kicks it, so he's going to turn it over to Team China.
A little bit scrambled going both ways. See if both teams can close out this West Coast swing quite strong.
Hand-checking foul there on Brooks.
It's interesting as a coach, when you're on defense, you always want your players to get their hands on, get after the ball, and the second that the other team has the ball or you have the ball and they're guarding you want them to get their hands off.
Very true. There's the occasional hypocrisy in coaching.
Yeah. I've had roles of, raving at our guys to get up on the ball and get a hand in, and the second someone does it to our guy, you're not very happy with the official.
And there's another moving screen, this time by Hu Jingqi. Brooks is getting very frustrated because he actually got banged before that screen on another one that was pretty close to moving too.
Yeah, some guys pulling the veteran savvy, they're kind of jumping into the screen before it arrives, so the screener still has his feet in the air and it looks like a moving screen.
Well, and the FIBA game in general is much more physical as Barrett misses a 3. Much more physical than what you'll see over here in the NCAA.
Yeah, there's been various pros that have, they've been role players in the NBA system. Luis Scola is an example that sticks out to me, and then he's just a star for Argentina in the FIBA system.
And there's a technical foul on Brooks. I think he's a little frustrated with some of the hits he's taken, and he let the referee know. And that is his 4th foul, and looks like Heslip will come in for him.
And unfortunate for China, they swap shooter for shooter.
Very true. Wu Chun, successful on the technical. 82-54. Canada up by 28. 7:33 to go.
And you look at the halftime spread, Canada was up by 24. So see if China can maybe try and win the second half here.
Baseline drive. Kicks up to a wide open Lee Jingyu, who cannot complete the triple.
Nice job finding the long diagonal.
Heslip in transition, decides not to pass. Gives it back to Nebhard. Reverses to Barrett. Nice cut there from Boucher. Reverse to Heslip. Heslip with the open 3. Got it. And Coach Feng Du wants a timeout. He didn't get it. The Chinese coach is not happy. You are entitled to a timeout after you get scored on. But it worked out better for him anyway.
Fair trade.
As Wu Xuan continues to be hot, hitting another three. Nicholson will try a three. He's short. Rebound to Lee. Well, good challenge there by Hu Mingzhuan, but Boucher wasn't about to let him score.
Nice drive by Barrett.
We'll see if he takes his timeout now or if he's canceled it. As Bennett is going to sub back in the game for Nicholson. Looks like he's canceled his timeout.
And you can see here at the end of the third quarter, Canada had 4 players in double figures. Dwight Powell with 12, RJ Barrett with 15, Dillon Brooks with 10, and Andrew Nembhard with 15 as well. Whereas China with only 1 player in double figures currently, Jingyu Lee.
And some pretty stellar free throw shooting from both teams. China remains perfect from the line at 9 for 9, and Canada was 12 for 14. Barrett just made 2 more there, so both teams shooting the free throw exceptionally well. All right, Hu Mingzhuan will set up the offense. Another three. And almost went in for Wu Xuan, but he finally missed one.
China's gone exclusively to a draw and kick game, and you know they're not really looking for slips at the basket on down screens.
Boucher for 3. Why not? Everyone else is hitting him. Why can't he?
He's jumping in on the action.
And now Coach Du Feng will take his timeout as Canada extends it to their largest lead of the night, 89-57. They're up 32. So as we approach the end of the game here, as we are into the fourth quarter, just want to make sure that we thank all of you loyal followers out there on Sports Canada TV. Sports Canada brings the best coverage of amateur sport all across Canada. Make sure you continue to follow all their basketball coverage. Of course, every level now is covered, be it by Sports Canada, be it by local broadcasts or Canada West TV. I mean, the rare night that we have off, if I don't go out and scout or watch a high school game, I literally sit at home and watch 6-7 games at a time.
It's so great. We normally have our game day shoots at 3 p.m. So the second we're done, I'm turning on OUA TV.
Yeah, absolutely.
And watching some Ontario basketball, catching some of the great women's basketball action out there. And going home and looking at all the scores and recaps and seeing if there's any upsets or blowouts across the country.
Well, and it's also nice, too, to follow maybe either players you've coached or players you know who are playing at other places. You can find out, get the stats right away or watch them play right away. It's an awesome thing that we can do now with technology, just seeing games anywhere in the world.
Yeah, even catching the Baudin game of the week, it's so great, especially being somebody from Vancouver Island. I'm not really taking the ferry over to go watch a high school game.
Yeah, no, for sure,
so
absolutely.
Watch it online.
All right, 89-57 with 6 minutes to go here. Hu Mingzhuan gets a handoff. Off a little curl screen is Li Jingyu. He's going to try a 3, and it's good.
Canada tried to shoot the gap there on the stagger screen. China fades their shooter and Chris Boucher gets caught up.
And Heslop runs off a baseline screen. Rare open miss for him. And now China looking to run a little bit here too.
Good, nice deep seal.
Yeah, that was a great seal there by number 35, Li Yuanyu. And even a great shot blocker like Boucher can't let him get that deep. Boucher's going to try another 3 because he hit his last one. No good. Rebounded by China.
They're playing with the heat check rule, I presume.
Yu Dihao comes off a little screen there, kicks it out. Hu Mingzhuan looking inside for Li Yuanyu. And there's a standing block from Boucher. 3-pointers up from the corner, and it is
Yikes.
Well off the mark. That's one of those where you hit the top of the backboard, you just have to complain that you got fouled, even if you didn't.
Yeah.
And now we've got an unsportsmanlike foul. I'd like to see this replay. Not sure why it's unsportsmanlike, but I didn't see it. So let's see if we can see. Here's a replay here. Well,
I think I missed that one there.
Well, he tried to strip, and then he did grab him, but not sure.
I'm not sure an eye-to-eye stare-down warrants a.
Yeah, I agree with that, but I guess with the score being what it is, referees wanting to make sure that now referees speaking with the Chinese bench. Not sure. It looks like there has to be a. Okay. So that's the second unsporting foul. If you get 2 unsporting fouls in a game, you are disqualified from the game. So he has to sub out as Barrett makes the first free throw.
And with 4 minutes and 48 seconds remaining here, Canada doesn't want to risk any injuries or silly fouls as well with the big game coming up next week.
Yes, I'm sure Scrub will be coming in for Barrett. All right, Nebhart has the ball at the top. Goes high post to Bennett. Nice ball movement there. Nebhart ends up with an open 3, and he knocks it down.
Don't leave him open.
I don't think they're listening to you because they keep leaving him open.
Yeah, they don't want to ask me for my analysis.
Tough shot there from Yuanyu Lee. And Thomas Scrub just subbed in, almost adds to the 3-point game, just goes in and out. Hu Mingzhuan, and there's more physical play inside, and another offensive foul called on China. Coach Du Feng not understanding why these calls keep going against his squad. But, I mean, Yuanyu Lee was trying to get a good seal inside and really kind of overdid it and displaced Boucher, so offensive foul.
Yeah, you see that quite often. I mean, if you have a hard rule, you're either burying the guy and there's a lot of contact, or the defensive player is trying to pull the chair, get his feet around and make you fall down, and then there's a lot of holding and clutching and grabbing there.
Scrub wipes out, gets back up, kicks it to Heslop. Got it for 3.
That's a street ball.
Is that a new move? Is that a new move?
That's a street ball special.
I like it.
I mean, he one-upped my traditional stop and go.
He did the fake fall down.
A slide into second base, gets up, kicks it out for the 3.
Oh, there's a travel. Yeah, there's a travel. Now Canada was unable to get to the 100 mark in Vancouver. It seems pretty clear they're going to get it to tonight, and I wouldn't be surprised if they hit a 3 on this possession to get the century mark right now.
I think they'll do it for the crowd. Thomas Scrub.
And that's a foul on China, yep. Boucher was going to get that wide open rebound. Chinese player pushed him. Wu Tian. And 2 free throws for Boucher.
You look down at the bench currently for Canada. So many guys that can get into the game and play. Kelly Olynyk currently not on the bench. He didn't play today. I'm not sure if it's an injury or not. But he may be getting some treatment done in the back.
And Boucher misses both, sort of breaking the jinx of this great free throw shooting we've seen. Heslop gets it and says, "Okay, I'll knock down a 3."
Yeah. He commands.
I predicted it. They got 100 now. He missed 100. Both free throws, made the 3 for 100
on purpose. He commands so much attention from the defense. Saw him play last summer with the Chicago Bulls in NBA Summer League, and same thing. They knew who he was. They knew that they couldn't leave him open.
That time, Tao Hanlin was smart, gave a couple of pump fakes as Boucher's a shot blocker got him off his feet, and that'll be his 4th foul.
You look at a lot of the great post players worldwide. They're so good at using their bumps and second pivots, waiting out the shot blockers and finding a way to score.
But let's talk about that for a quick second. the game has changed so much. How many traditional post players do we really see nowadays? Not that many. It's very rare, I think, in today's game.
It's very interesting. Not many traditional post players, but posting up is still as big as an asset as ever.
Absolutely, and you see guards doing it, but there just seems to be a lot less, I think with what's happening at Golden State, and you see a lot more teams spacing the floor 5 out, 4 out, just much less back to the basket play, I would say.
But you notice with Golden State, when they're in a jam, they have this guy named Kevin Durant that posts up, and he's pretty tough to guard.
That's true. But he's tough to guard anywhere on the floor. I mean, you see guys playing perfect defense on him, and he just rises up from 5 feet behind the line. Thank you. Nothing you can do about it.
And he's fortunate. He's had Steve Nash working with him a little bit. Steve Nash, a player development consultant with the Golden State Warriors. And
Steve Nash, of course, the pride of Victoria.
Learned from a 7-footer himself, Dirk Nowitzki.
Yeah, many, many, many years ago when Steve was playing for Dallas, got to go down there during their training camp. And, after their morning shoot, after their weights, after their afternoon workout, him and Dirk would stay for like hours more and just get shots up, get shots up, get shots up.
It's funny you say that. I had coffee with Steve's high school coach today, Ian Hidley. And,
legend, by the way.
Yeah, he's here in the game tonight, and he still speaks towards Steve's meticulous detail and always want to get a little bit extra work in and put extra time in.
And there's some nice action to get another open three, as Wu Xuan has caught fire this half after hitting nothing in the first half.
I'd like to see him keep running that play. Run it until Canada can stop it, or maybe they'll get different looks out of it.
Scrub kicks it up to Heslop for 3. Guy, he's such a pure shooter, eh? Like, it's just such a pretty shot to watch.
It's effortless.
Even when he misses, you think it's going in. It's just a beautiful looking shot.
High shot pocket. He's always hitting back net. Great to watch him shoot. Same action there. Nice little swing pass inside.
Tough hoop from Tao Hanlin over Bennett.
And this is good for China. Like we said, they have an automatic berth to the World Championships next year, but maybe they're going to find some actions they like running here between certain lineups.
And there's going to be a dunk. No. Hanlin was not going to let him dunk that. Good for him. I wouldn't want, good for him.
And he kept it clean. He made a play on the ball. There was no, hooking the arm or uppercut.
For sure. Well, and for this China team too, of course, their players are all getting much more playing time, much more opportunity because of the dividing of the two teams. So it's kind of a unique strategy. We'll see how that ends up paying off for them. Because they're hosting, they want to represent well when they're hosting. Yao Ming, of course, is now the commissioner of the Chinese basketball national team. That was actually Yao Ming's first ever game in North America. It was against Canada in 2002 at Rogers Arena, then GM Place. And that was Nash's retirement game from the national team as well.
Oh, wow. What storylines. And now they're both involved with their respective countries.
Yeah.
That's so great to see.
Yeah, isn't that cool? Li Jingyu hit the 3 there, as after scoring 4 points in the first quarter, China has found an ability to score, getting 68 over the next 3 quarters. Inside, a little soft action there as Boucher hits a little fadeaway.
That's a tough ball screen to navigate. A little 45 action, your power forward and center in a ball screen, and Tommy Scrub, very smart, very patient.
Skip past the corner, and long arms of Tommy Scrub picks it off.
Speaking of smart, found the right guy in transition.
Heslop makes the extra pass. And ball is lost out of bounds, but goes off China. 30 seconds to go, so this will likely be Canada's last offensive attempt here. Boucher's got the ball at the top. Kaza Keen reverses it. Heslop, shot fake, corner, and Bennett got lost a little bit there, and his foot was out of bounds. As China will get the last shot opportunity here.
And on Friday night, they called a timeout
to
try and run something.
They did, yes. With like 17 seconds to go, it was a bit odd.
But, maybe you're practicing for a late game situation. We've had the same with preseason.
Nah,
you
you
might
just
wanna
don't do
play.
it, man. Come on, Avneet. You don't do it.
Never miss an opportunity to improve, right?
In and out. And your final score is going to be the Canadian national team 108, the People's Republic of China 72, as the fans here in Save-On Foods Memorial Arena give a nice round of applause to the Canadian team with two very impressive-looking victories over China as they prepare for their important America's qualifying games coming up in just over a week back in Toronto against the Dominican Republic and the U.S. Virgin Islands. Avneet, some final thoughts?
So much versatility in this Canadian roster, so much youth in this Canadian roster. So great to see. And for China, it's a long trip for them. They're quite a far away from home. And to come out and compete, it's really neat to see and great for the fans. And we've got legendary Coach Ken Shields down at courtside here.
Looks like they're going to be presenting the Player of the Game Awards as China has a little cheer and then bows and thanks all the fans. Canada always also having a cheer and thanking the fans. As Ken and Kathy Shields will be presenting the Player of the Game Awards. No surprise, Wu Xuan, number 33. For China, he was also a player of the game on Friday. And for Canada, number 5, R.J. Barrett.
We should see a big cheer here from the crowd.
Oh, R.J. Barrett not able to get his award yet because one of the Chinese assistant coach was getting a selfie with him.
Yeah.
I'm sure even as far over as China know how impressive this young man is and what his potential future will be.
And he's playing for a great coach and Coach K, Coach Krzyzewski at Duke University.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, we want to thank you once again for joining us here on sportscanada.tv. As actually, before we go, we should also mention the coaching staff, Coach Triano, Coach Smart, all the assistants, they're going to have a tough time picking who's going to be playing, who their final roster is going to be.
Are we talking about their final coaching roster? Because they've got a loaded coaching roster as well.
Well, the coaching roster might be bigger than the playing roster. That's true. Yeah, that's true. But, they're going to have to figure out a few decisions here as, Canada's roster has like 20 people on it right now.
It'll be, it'll be tough, especially with, Kelly Olynyk coming back, possibly Corey Joseph, possibly Jamal Murray, possibly Tristan Thompson. So many guys in the mix.
And like you said, this is a very deep, deep team. A lot of guys can get it done for Team Canada as we move forward. And, of course, with the new structure of FIBA, you never know what players you're going to have available for these qualifiers.
There's some.
Because some of them take place during the season.
There's some finicky tournaments. There, I believe there was one, or there's one coming up in September. So you're looking at university coaches having to take a leave of absence if their institution so allows.
And they even brought because Roy Rana was going to be doing one of those teams, but then he couldn't leave because of it. So they brought Gord Herbert over.
Yeah. And that was during a pivotal playoff stretch.
Absolutely, yeah. So they need to have a lot of players and obviously a lot of coaches available to get the qualification done. So it'll be interesting to see what direction that moves in.
I think that's great for Canada basketball and their development of coaches as well. There's so many people that can step in and help lead the program. Yeah, absolutely. And of course, as you know, they have the under-19s, the under-18s. They have all the other programs with, mostly Canadian coaches, CIS coaches from across the country doing those teams. All right, ladies and gentlemen, well, thank you so much for joining us. My name is Paul Eberhardt, and I was a pleasure to bring this game with Avneet Brar. Thank you very much for joining us. Everybody, have a good night.